Hello and welcome here tonight here for the Premier League for Matchday 32, and my name is Gary Licker here today as we got some jam-packed action of Premier League action here today. But let's start first with who will be featured here for Matchday 32. So the first matchup will be featuring first, as we're going to have the current league leaders Manchester City will travel away from home to West London to take on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And the next match I'll be featured as well is going to be the Hampshire Derby. The battle of the two teams in the relegation zone currently this season. It's Portsmouth taking on Southampton. And now let's talk now to our pundit here today. Next slide to me for the first time since we haven't seen him appearing on our show for at least the last two match days. Alan Hansen. Alan, let's talk first about the first matchup starting first here today in the Hampshire Derby, Southampton and Pompey. Well, it's a big game between two teams, the Hampshire Derby. The two Hampshire clubs could be heading down to the Championship next season, but there's still a lot to play for, still there for the season to go. I know we've got 6 games left of the campaign. We know that obviously Portsmouth can actually try and make the great escape. That could still happen on their horizon. They've got to pick up at least 35 points at max if they want to stay in the league this season. But as for Southampton, there's a chance to win today, to even go past Everton today in 18th place and even be 4 points from where obviously Rangers are currently in this table, the Premier League as well. Cheers there, Alan. But speaking about Rangers, they have actually had their manager changed during this week as Giovanni Dos Blancos was sacked after that 4-0 thrashing to Watford away from home on the weekend. And this replacement will be Roy Hodgson to take over the job from the duties of Giovanni Van Bronckhorst as he's relieved his duties during the week. And Roy Hodgson will be his replacement as manager to hopefully keep Rangers in the Premier League this season. And we know that Rangers, however's game will be playing here today under Roy Hodgson's first managerial game in charge as the new club's manager will be up against Spurs. And that will be taking place a little bit later here on the show. But let's get straight next now to the games we featured first here. It's going to be the Hampshire Derby, the battle of the relegation zone. It's going to be at Fratton Park, Portsmouth, as they will be taking on here against Southampton. Let's get to the game. And let's get to the game right now. It's the Hampshire Derby, as it's going to be Portsmouth taking on Southampton here at Fratton Park. A very big game, of course, here today between two teams here, battling out each other. And we obviously know that Portsmouth, however, is a very, historic club, and so is Southampton. But these two teams are in big trouble in the bottom end of the table, and they're fighting for their lives for survival, but I doubt it's going to happen because it seems like these two teams will meet again next season in the BFL Championship for next season as it all looks down the bottom end of the table. But Portsmouth have got a very good strong team as usual. Dennis and Tony up front, Trossard midfield, Wilson, McAllister and Eze in that midfield there for Portsmouth. But as for Southampton, they're obviously above Portsmouth in the league, and their last meeting actually came to a defeat when actually Portsmouth won 4-3 in the first game of the season to Southampton, their last meeting. But today they've got a good team of Phil Jones, who scored their last game against Chelsea, and he's playing today with Romero and also Oxlade-Chamberlain. We've got obviously Shay Adams and also Danny Ings has also be playing today as well for the Southampton team. And we know that the time is running out down the bottom of the table. There's a chance for actually Southampton to get an advantage they've got really mostly because they're above Portsmouth. If they could win today, they could even move up to 18th and be at least 4 points from where Rangers are currently are. Although Rangers, of course, got their new manager now, Roy Hodgson's now took over the job from Giovanni Van Bronckhorst during the week. But here we go, and let's get this match underway here today at Fratton Park. And now Danny Ings is through. He's through. He may be a goal here. Oh, he's trying to lob the keeper there, but saved there from Dean Henderson. A good start to the match, but saved there from Henderson there for Pompey. Now McAllister. Now Ivan Tony. Now Tony now for Portsmouth now. He finds there Trossard. Oh, he doesn't find him Trossard though. He's going on his own here. And there's going to be a chance here for Trossard. Oh, good defending there from Walker-Peters there for Southampton. And now Oriubo now to Phil Jones. And now back to Sasulu. Now to Romeo. Now to Shay Adams. On the attack here now to Danny Ings. Now Ings is through here. Could be a chance here for Southampton. But good defending there from Eze there. Now Max Aarons. Now to Alexis McAllister now. The midfielder for Portsmouth. On the attack here against the Saints team. And now it's Lamptey now in the wing position for Pompey. And now obviously Southampton win the ball back. not far from each other, Southampton and Portsmouth. At least it takes you a 15-minute drive from obviously Portsmouth to Southampton, or Southampton to obviously Portsmouth, because we know that these two are not long away from each other. But two teams have got really poor home and away form this season, Portsmouth and also Southampton. Obviously, their home form's very poor. They only picked up only 1 win and 1 point at home this season. But as for Southampton, they only collected 1 away win this season. And that was against Watford a couple of weeks back. And that's the only away win they ever had on their name throughout this whole campaign. Southampton's got a better home form compared to their away form. But as for Pompey, however, they've got a very poor home form they've got. They only actually picked up 1 win and 1 point at homes. But both teams have made the worst form, of course, this season between the two clubs. But anyway, meanwhile, here's this Shea Adams. Now to Romeo now for Southampton. Now Shea Adams. And now Jianpu. Oh, the shot right into the hands right there to Henderson. Now clears it away. And now he's now to Oxlade. Okay, no, he does not let on McAllister now. Now to Emmanuel Dennis. On the attack here for Portsmouth now. And now Wilson there. Cut through here onto Ivan Toney. Could be a chance here for a goal, and a save there from Alex McCarthy. And it's now going to be a corner here for Portsmouth. Cross into the box. Oh, and that's going to be now another corner here for Pompey right here. Right behind the goal is obviously Southampton fans in the away end. Giving it the stick right there to the Portsmouth midfielder. And now meanwhile a chance there. Oh, good defending there from Southampton. The Scummers, what Portsmouth always call Southampton. That's their nickname, apparently, what the Pompey fans call the Southampton fans, the Scummers. But can Southampton do something, the Scummers, here, away from home? And there's a pass here now to Shea. Now there's a chance for Joe Mabulo. Oh, could be a chance there for Saints to go front, but still goalless here. And now Dennis. And now it's a chance now to Romeo. Romeo now for Southampton. Now to Shea Adams. And now, Adams again. Keep the ball alive. Pass to Danny Ings. Ings! A goal for Southampton! And the Saints are going marching in away from home against their arch rivals here in the Hampshire Derby. And Danny Ings' celebration is dedicated here to Sam Allardyce. Big Sam, of course, in the dugout for Southampton. He's very proud of how the way Danny Ings performed right there. And that great strike against their arch rivals here, Pompey, in the Hampshire Derby. Now go past there from Wilson now. Meanwhile on the pitch. Now to... Okay, try to pass to Dennis there, but back to Southampton now. And now pass there to Romeo. Now to maybe here the Saints now pressing on here. Now Walker-Peters now. Carl Walker-Peters now for Southampton. And now Lamptey win it back here for Pompey. Now Eze. Now to McAllister. McAllister now. Pass it here to Wilson. He's coming through here. And Portsmouth are level. And they're back in the game. And the strugglers this season, Portsmouth, have got themselves a goal against their arch rival Southampton. And two South Coast teams are really fighting each other in that relegation zone. But it's a real proper match, of course, between the two sides here. Great strike right there from obviously Harry Wilson. And it's now 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. What a game we're having so far this match. It's one apiece here down in the city of Portsmouth. And the Portsmouth fans will be very proud about that. They know that they've got loads of points to try and get themselves to survive this season. They've got to at least get a maximum, probably 14 points Portsmouth have to get until the end of the season. They've got any chance of survival. They can get at least reach up to 35 points, and they can survive from that. But if they lose next 3 or 4 games, then Portsmouth will definitely be heading down to the Championship automatically if they actually don't pick up the next 3 games of defeats. But anyways, the referee puts the whistle right there to the first half. It's been a very good game between two sides here at Fratton Park, as the first half ends as a draw between Pompey and Southampton. And that's a good start, obviously, to the first half between two sides. And it is 1-1 in the first half of the game. And obviously we are back here now for the second half. And both teams are trying to look for a point, of course. And now is Ivan Toney. Now to Dennis. Now Eze. And now is Toney. Now Trossard now. Into the box. Vestergaard heads it away there for the Saints. And now it's Che Adams. Now it's McAllister now Dennis. Now it's Harrison. Will Harrison. Oh my God, goal! And a great pass there from Harry Wilson. I don't know why I said Harrison there, but Harry Wilson cut the ball through to Ivan Toney. And Portsmouth are for the first time this match in front. What a Hampshire derby we're having here. This could be the last Hampshire derby we'll probably ever have at this Premier League campaign for a while. And it is now 2-1 to Portsmouth. The teams in the relegation zone are really giving us an entertaining game so far. But Portsmouth are now in front. Great ball from Harry Wilson. And it's now 2-1 to Portsmouth. So Pompey are in the lead in this game. They might be down and out, but they're fighting there still, Portsmouth, to the end of the season. And now here's Che Adams. And now back now to Portsmouth. If Portsmouth actually win today, they'll be at least 11 points behind where Rangers are currently are. They have to go above Rangers if they've got any chance of survival. That was probably going to happen anyways, because the games have got coming up after this. And there's a shot there from Eze. And that could have been. The substitution has been made here. Alexis McAllister is now going to be coming off, and John Fleck comes on for him as a substitute. We know that Portsmouth have got a very tough game against Arsenal next match, so that's going to be a very difficult game to play. But you never know on that one. They'll be coming down to Portsmouth. They'll be coming down to that game as well. And now Sasulu wins the ball back now to Alex. And now obviously Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Now John Fleck wins the ball back. The super sub knocks there to Dennis. Handball, and the referee pointed the spot. And Phil Jones has put his hand up, and the referee did not like it one bit. And it's now a penalty for Portsmouth in the game. And now we've got Lamptey coming off here, and now we've got here obviously Kenny Tete coming on. And now Toney now, meanwhile, the penalty, and it's a goal. And Pompey extend the lead, and they're heading for their first win for a while. Portsmouth have not won for a while, of course, of Premier League action. And this could be something, this could be on their horizon. And there's a great goal right there for Toney. Composure right there for Toney. He's kind of a Premier League striker, really, Ivan Toney. He's a very good striker. He scores a lot of bangers when he plays for Portsmouth. The only problem is their team's poor this season. That's the issue. It wouldn't surprise me if actually Ivan Toney gets a big move from another club of some sort at the end of the season. But now, meanwhile, here's Danny Ings. And now Ivan Toney have scored 24 goals in 32 matches this season. That's a very good first, that is. He deserves probably another Premier League club at the end of the season. Maybe Arsenal or someone. And now Ivan Toney now to obviously Harry Wilson. Eze. Head up all the way back there to McCarthy. The next fixture right there for Portsmouth, as we said of course before, that Pompey will be at home again in 2 weeks' time against Arsenal. And that'll be a very, tough game, I think. It'll be a tough ask for Pompey to get another victory out of Arsenal. We never know the Premier League, though. But offside there given, and there's going to be now a free kick. So Premier League action will return back in November, mid-November. That's when we return back on our screens again, because we know we've got FA Cup action next week. And then Chelsea will be taking on Leeds next week, and also Everton versus Manchester United as well be taking place as well. And then Liverpool will be playing against Aston Villa as well at home also. There's a shot from Trossard meanwhile on the pitch, and it went wide to the crowd. Looking for a fourth right there from Trossard. Looking for a fourth for Pompey. Now Che Adams. Now is Kenny Tete now with the ball. Now to Danny Welbeck. And Welbeck now on the press. And great hands right there from Alex McCarthy for Southampton. Now header right there again now to obviously Che Adams. Even though Southampton have been very poor, mostly importantly because their captain James Ward-Prowse is obviously out injured, and especially be missing out the next game as well for Southampton as they travel away from home in the next fixture in 2 weeks' time against Liverpool after their obviously FA Cup quarter-final game next week to Aston Villa. After the Liverpool play against Aston Villa in the Cup, they'll be playing Southampton in the league. And we know that obviously Liverpool are really contesting for that Premier League title this season. They definitely don't want to lose that game against Southampton. Oh, that could have been a shot there from Eze. Hit the post. Could be a chance there. Oh, that could have been 4 right there for Portsmouth. But Southampton have really got probably a lot of worries, of course, for the next few couple games, because they've got not enough time left of the season to go, and they could be heading down to the Championship. Especially losing to Portsmouth today would be bad against their arch rivals. Now Max Aarons. And now John Fleck. Now Eze now for Pompey. Now Danny Welbeck. Now to Emmanuel Dennis on the attack here for Portsmouth here. Could be a chance here. Safe from McCarthy. Seth kept that one alive. And now head right there. No. Now to Eze for Pompey. Danny Welbeck. And now it's Joe Arubo now. Okay, now it's going to be a throw in here now again from Joe Arubo. Now throws it. Now pass there to obviously Shay Adams. Now to Carl Walker-Peters again. On the attack here for Southampton. Looking for a major consolation goal, and they do in the 90th minute of the matchup. It's pretty much over now, I think. I don't see Portsmouth losing this now because it's 3-2. Chamberlain's got himself a consolation goal for Southampton. Probably not enough, I think, in the 93rd minute of the game, in the last minute of the game to get themselves that goal. But if they want to get a draw out of this, they're probably not likely to happen. But at least they're trying, though, Southampton at the end of the game. A little bit of pride they're showing, but not enough, it doesn't look like, to be honest there. There's a goal there from Oxlade-Chamberlain. 7 goals this season he's scored, not much. With a player like him, is a big name of him. He used to play for Arsenal and Liverpool in the careers he had. But that's all we have time for here in this match here at the Hampshire Derby. And Portsmouth have absolutely beat them here today. The two teams bang out, of course, each other in that relegation zone. And obviously, Southampton and Pompey is definitely likely probably to go down to the Championship next season. And probably both teams will probably regroup next season if they've got any chance on maybe, potential promotion push for next season. But however, the match ends here today at Fratton Park as it was Portsmouth 3, Southampton 2. What a result for Portsmouth here today. A narrow victory for Pompey. And what do you think about it, Alan, on the result today? Yeah, it was a big result it was for Portsmouth. Narrowly won today in the Hampshire Derby. I know they're probably likely these two teams will definitely be playing Championship football next season. I doubt really seeing Southampton get any confidence, of course, in the next couple of games left. They've got Liverpool to play next game. They've got a few other tough matches as well until now, until the end of the season. I doubt really they're going to make it, I think, Southampton after today. Because if they actually won today, they could be in the mix with that survival push for this season. But losing to Portsmouth, their rivals, and a team who are actually below them in the league, rock bottom of the Premier League, I think time's run out for Southampton. Especially losing James Ward-Prowse as well from injury. I think it's going to really affect them, in my opinion. And I think time is definitely running out. And I don't really think that Southampton now, after 11 years in the top flight of Premier League football, since they were promoted in 2012, they're actually going to do anything of survive the next 6 games from now, in my opinion. Thanks there, Alan. Now let's get straight to the battle of the title at the top half of the table now we move up to. As is going to be Chelsea, the third place team Chelsea, taking on the team who are top of the Premier League, Man City. Let's get to the game. And the game is here today at Stamford Bridge. The Blues, Chelsea, versus the Sky Blues, Manchester City. A battle of maybe that Premier League title could be on any of the two teams' horizons, even Liverpool as well. A 3 or 4 horse race for the Premier League title. Obviously, Arsenal is kind of included as well in this Premier League title mix as well until the end of the season. But today's a very big game because if Chelsea win today, they'll be at least more closer to where Liverpool and Man City are at the top of the table, and they could take for grabs as well. So there's a lot to play for Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea and Guardiola's Man City. So the lineups for today between the two sides here today at Stamford Bridge. Start with Chelsea, the home team. Goalkeeper Mendy in goal. In defence we've got his Reece James, Tosala Quetta, Zuma and Cucurella. Luis Alberto, Declan Rice in the midfield with Jorginho and Mason Mount. And the two strikers is Mertens and Tammy Abraham, the front two for the Chelsea team. And as of Man City, they are currently top of the Premier League, but we know there's a lot of pressure on them because they've actually made some couple of errors they've made on results the last couple of matches ago. And especially, of course, in their last game, they actually won 7-1 to Everton. But their lineup today, we have his Edison goal. We've got his Kyle Walker, Diaz, Laporte and Cancelo. Midfield, we've got his Jude Bellingham and also Phil Foden and Porto. And also we've got Corella, Benzema and Sterling. And that is the team right there for Manchester City here today. And it's going to be a very big matchup. Obviously, Benzema is the top goal scorer this season in the Premier League. He'll be a threat is going to be in goal against Chelsea's defence. But it's a very entertaining game because Chelsea are a good side. And even Chelsea actually last met Man City in the first game of the season way back in February and beaten Man City at their home ground. at the Etihad Stadium in February, 2-1. It could be the repeat of Chelsea maybe over Man City, maybe so. We'll have to wait and see. And here we go. A very big game for Man City in their title race, and even especially for Chelsea as well. And here we go, and let's get this contest underway right now in this match. And now it's Jude Bellingham now the ball here for Man City. Now Bellingham's out on the attack. Now trying to find there on the head right there. Now to Benzema here. Now Cucurella now clears it away. And now is Mason Mount. Now to is Mertens. Mertens now counter-pressing here. Now mocks it right to Tammy Abraham. Abraham's got a chance here for a goal maybe. And a good defending there from Man City right there. And they've been very good defensive there. A very solid team now. They're one of the best defending teams so far this season. As we stand at the moment, we know that Liverpool are currently in first position, while Man City are in second position by 2 points. So can things change by the end of the day if they can get themselves back in the top of the table as the live table stands at the moment? There's a chance maybe for a goal, and oh, could have been. It really could have been right there. And now here's obviously Tammy Abraham. And now here's Luis Alberto on the attack. Could be a chance here for a goal. Saved there from obviously the keeper. Very close. And now is City now on the attack. Now is Cucurella. And now on the attack here to Benzema here. Clearance there from Zuma. Now Luis Alberto. Now it's Phil Foden. Now it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be. And now Kurt Zuma. Now is Cesar Laqueta. Now is to Mertens. Now is obviously to Cancelo. Now Alberto. Oh, could have been. Very close. Now it's Benzema. And now it's Pozzacalavia. Now to Cucurella. Now back here now to obviously to Jude Bellingham now. Now Bellingham now on the attack now to Pozzacalavia. Now there's a chance maybe here for a chance for Man City, and Mendy's got the ball into the hands. And now it's now to Jude Bellingham now to Cucurella. Cucurella! Oh, could have been. And now he's obviously now to Jorginho. So Cancelo wins it back here for Man City. Now Phil Foden. Now Foden now. Good ball here from Reece James. Now Man City win the ball back again. Been a very good game so far between two teams really contending here for a victory today. Now is Mertens now on the attack. Mertens now on the press here. Swings it here to Tammy Abraham. A goal for Chelsea. And Chelsea are in the lead against obviously Manchester City. And obviously the league leaders are say, or at least they're second at the moment. But at least that is not good enough for Man City at all. And Chelsea might be involved in a title race continuing here. If they win today, they'll at least be 2 points from Man City in third position. And maybe if City even slip up, they even have Chelsea in the mix, maybe involved in the title race of Liverpool potentially so. But Guardiola looks furious, he does in the touchline, he does looks so furious there, Pep does. And Tammy Abraham puts obviously Chelsea in the lead to make it 1-0 against Manchester City. And now, 1-0 Chelsea. Now Jude Bellingham on the attack here now. Now to Benzema. Now obviously they are trailing by 1-0 here, Man City. Now Reece James. Now Jorginho on the attack here for Chelsea. And obviously the possessions, all Man City's all over Chelsea. But Chelsea have been very good though in attacking wise. They've been pressing on City's defence. And this now is Cancelo now. Now it's Raheem Sterling now on the attack. Sterling now attacking on Chelsea's defence. Now Cesar Laqueta wins the ball back here for Chelsea. Now Luis Alberto. Lost it back now to Phil Foden. And now Pozzacalavia now. Back now to Sterling. Now to Jude Bellingham now. Now Bellingham now the ball. Now to Cucurella now. Cucurella's a shot. Save right there to Mendy. Corner here for Man City. So Man City have got themselves a corner. Foden. Right into the hands of the goalkeeper right there for Chelsea. And now here's obviously Mertens now on the attack. Now is Abraham looking for a pass maybe. Okay, that wasn't a pass, but okay. Now it's Pozzacalavia now. Now to Cucurella. Now is obviously Benzema. Now Jude Bellingham now on the attack here. Nice pass there to Luis Alberto. Tammy Abraham now to Mertens here on the attack. Could be a chance here for a goal. Oh. And there you have it. And that is the score going into half time at Stamford Bridge. And it is Chelsea are in the lead here by 1-0. And a goal there only scored by Tammy Abraham for Chelsea. So 1-0 the score is at the break. And here we are, we're back here for the second half, and here we go. And now is Declan Rice. Now Mertens. Nice ball there to Jorginho. Now Tammy Abraham. Now Mason Mount. Now pass there, nice there to Phil Foden. Now Declan Rice. Now Luis Alberto. Now to Tammy Abraham now. To obviously there to Mount. Oh, right into the hands of the goalkeeper. And now it's back now to Declan Rice now for Chelsea. Now back there now to Laporte. Now Mertens. Could have been. Now pass there to Jude Bellingham now. Just to confirm the next game for obviously to Chelsea, they're going to be playing against Aston Villa in the next matchup, obviously at Stamford Bridge. The next game will be up against Aston Villa in the next game for Chelsea. And that'll be a very easy, probably a victory for them. Obviously did actually lose last week, they did to Manchester United by 4-2. And now Protoclavia now, the ball. Now I'm going to pass it, okay, now to Kyle Walker. Walker now to Phil Foden. Now Corella now on their press for Man City. Could be a chance here now. Okay, now it's a Phil Foden. Now Corella now offside. The referee put his flag up for offside. A yellow card is being given to Laporte. So yellow card's being given right there. And the referee right there warns the whole players not to get too involved. It's going to be obviously a free kick for Chelsea. So obviously Ben Chilwell is going to be coming on and replaced by obviously Luis Alberto. So Chelsea take the free kick. Now it's Cucurella. Now Tammy Abraham now passed there to Declan Rice. The next fixture will be for Man City. Will be another trip down to London again in 2 weeks' time, as they'll be playing against AFC Richmond at the Nelson Road Stadium in the next fixture of the Premier League. And obviously City do have to play Arsenal in the FA Cup quarter-finals next week, and obviously during that week after that FA Cup they've got to play AFC Richmond. So that's going to probably be definitely a winnable game. They have to probably win that game after, obviously, if they lose here today. They have to try and bounce back quickly in the league. And they've got AFC Richmond as their next fixture. Now Kurt Zouma now. Now Declan Rice. Now Cucurella. Now it's obviously there Declan Rice again now. To Chilwell. To Mertens now on their press. On their counter-attack here now for Mertens. Could be a goal. Oh, good defending. So Edison will take it. Now throws it all the way. Okay, now back now to Mason Mount. Now there's the chance here now for Abraham. Chance for Chelsea to get second here, and it's been blocked off. We've got 15 minutes on the clock left. 15 minutes left of the clock to go to the end of the match. And it's a pass here now from Abraham. Now Ruben Diaz. And now Rice. Mount. Now Mertens here. Now Jorginho. Shot right there, right into the hands of the goalkeeper. It's going to be now a corner here for Chelsea. Chelsea at the corner, 10 minutes left of the clock to go. Now James. Mertens. Header. All the way there to the goalkeeper. To Edison. Now Phil Foden. Now Foden now on the attack here. Phil Foden. Oh, that could have been close. So it's going to be a cross into the box. Right into the hands of the goalkeeper. And Mendy will boot it. Now right back, I have a header right there again. There from Jude Bellingham now for City. Phil Foden. Declan Rice. Mason Mount. Now Mertens. Abraham. Now Cucurella now on the attack here for Chelsea. Could be 2-0, it could be here. And it is 2-0 Chelsea. And Chelsea are now definitely have won the match over Man City. And a goal's been scored right there for Mason Mount. And obviously goes all the way to Thomas Tuchel, the manager. Give him a hug. And that goal means a lot for Chelsea in their title hopes. Because they're still in the title race as well, if you could describe it in that way. Because if they win today, they're at least by 2 points behind where Man City are in the league. Because Chelsea will have 75 points and City will have 77 points. So there's a very tight scheme right here between where Chelsea, Liverpool, City are for that title race. It's getting tight at the top. And now Jude Bellingham now the ball. Foden. Got 2 minutes left of the clock to go. Man City have definitely lost this matchup now. They definitely have. You see 2 goals and it's over. And it was a good victory for Chelsea. And there's still any hope for Chelsea maybe in a potential title picture. They're involved definitely still with Liverpool and Man City and take it to the end of the season. As we've got 6 games left of the campaign to go. And can Chelsea actually supreme all those matches and could actually battle out and may win the league this season? Still got a lot to play for Chelsea though for the league title. We can't write them off. And the game ends here today as it was Chelsea 2, Man City 0. Big victory for Chelsea. The game ends here 2-0 to the Blues here today. And tell us your thoughts on the result today for Chelsea. A big victory for Chelsea, and you can't write Chelsea off. You know, Chelsea have got a chance, you know, to be challenging for the Premier League title. It's 3 teams are pretty much involved into it. Even maybe Arsenal are maybe still involved in it as well, but only a couple of points behind where Chelsea are. But today was a big result for Chelsea. A big statement that they're still alive in this title race, and I think they can take it to the end of the season. Thanks there, Alan. Let's go now to the game highlights for all the coverage here of the 8 matches across the Premier League for Matchday 32. After Watford's good result last week when they actually won 4-0 to Rangers last week, they carried on the momentum into this game here at Ellen Road. A great goal from Igalo, nutmeg shot there past Mourier, and Watford lead by 1-0. Then the Nigerian forward has scored as the Hornets lead by 1-0. It wasn't for long though, because Leeds got themselves back in level terms. A great ball from Rafinha to knock it there to Patrick Bamford, and Leeds make it level, and it's now 1-1 in the match. As Watford, however, got themselves in front again. A great goal there from Joshua King, and Watford are back in front again. Leeds got themselves back in level terms against Watford. A great goal right there from Jack Harrison. Beats past the goalkeeper, Bouchman. And it's now 2-2 in the game. And then Watford are back in front again they are in this matchup. What a match we have in here at Ellen Road. And now Watford are now back in front. And they are not giving up their Premier League status one bit. And now it's 3-2. And then Watford extended their lead to make it 4-2 to Leeds. A great goal there from Ismail Sarr. Really overpaced the Leeds defenders. And now Watford have made it 4 in the matchup. And Leeds United look embarrassed themselves. And a great goal for Sarr. And now it's 4-2 to Watford. And Watford looked like they got themselves a 5th goal. As Igalo had a shot, hit the post, rebounded back to Joshua King. As his 2nd goal for Watford today. And now it's 5-2 Watford. And all the away supporters who travelled all the way from Hertfordshire up to Yorkshire, and they've got themselves 5 goals past Leeds here today. What a goal there from Joshua King. 3 back-to-back victories for Watford, and now definitely climbed up the table here after a very poor season they've had. And near the end of the season, Watford are really bouncing up the table they are, and they've got themselves 5 goals past Leeds here today, and they are definitely hit the 30-point mark today, up to 31 points in the league. And today's game, it ends here at Ellen Road as Leeds United 2, Watford 5. A great corner set piece from Liverpool right into the head of Mateo to put Liverpool in front against AFC Richmond to make it 1-0 to the Reds in the game. And what a cross right there into the box. And Edler Mateo headed it right in his forehead past the goalkeeper to AFC Richmond's keeper, and it's Liverpool are in the lead here by 1-0. And then another set-piece corner crossing from another header from Jota this time around. And Liverpool now 2 goals in front against AFC Richmond in the matchup. And Liverpool extend the lead to 2 goals here down in South London. And then Liverpool got themselves the 3rd goal of the matchup as Thiago beats past the goalkeeper again before half time, and the Reds now lead by 3-0 against AFC Richmond away from home. But then in the second half, however, Liverpool got themselves a 4th goal in the matchup from a header from Darwin Núñez to make it 4-0 to Liverpool in the game. And a nice header right there from Darwin Núñez to make it 4. Can Jurgen Klopp secure Liverpool their first Premier League title for the first time since 1990? 33 years without no league title, as they never won it in the Premier League era, but they won it in the good old First Division way back in them days. But the game ends here today. It was 4-0 to Liverpool here at Nelson Road to AFC Richmond. A big old game here between Arsenal and Everton, and Arsenal got themselves an early goal by a goal from Wilfried Zaha to make it 1-0 to the Gunners. As Everton, however, are the strugglers this season, and they're all close of going down to the Championship for the first time since 1951. Then Arsenal extend the lead as Bukayo Saka passed there to Martin Odegaard with his weak foot little turn past Jordan Pickford, and now it's 2-0 to here Arsenal in the matchup, and the Norwegian captain and also captain for Arsenal has made it 2 for the Gunners. And just before half time, Arsenal got themselves their 3rd goal, and it was a great strike right there from Wilfried Zaha, as obviously the Everton crowd are booing and very abusive to the Everton players, and Zaha has plunged his 2nd goal in today's match against Everton. In the second half, however, a great counter press there from Zaha, right there to Jordan Pickford, sweated it right there to Gabriel Jesus, and now it's 4-0 to Arsenal in the match. And Everton looks so poor, and all the fans are really walking out of the stadium quite early here at Goodison Park, as Everton are definitely heading towards the Championship. But things weren't over just yet, as Arsenal carried on dementing Everton's defence, and the 5th goal went past Jordan Pickford, and that was a hat-trick from Wilfried Zaha in the matchup right there, and there's no one can stop him in his tracks, and he definitely deserves to win the match ball in front of the Evertonians. The hat-trick ball goes to Wilfried Zaha today. He deserves a hat-trick. He was an absolute superb player in the attack for Arsenal today. And Mikel Arteta's team are really keeping themselves away from Spurs in that top 4 position currently, as we know that Spurs will really catch up to Arsenal in that top 4 race. But it ends here today, 5-0 to Arsenal. And then Douglas Luiz got himself the 1st goal for Aston Villa. A great pass from Leon Bailey cut through right there to Douglas Luiz, and the Brazilian puts it past their Joe Hart to make it 1-0 to the Villains. A big chance for Celtic to get themselves back in the game, but a save there for Martinez. Then obviously Aston Villa got himself the 2nd goal of the matchup as Douglas Luiz puts himself on the score sheet not once but twice today in the matchup, as Joe Hart was beaten once more in the match here at the stadium here in Celtic. In the second half, however, Villa got themselves the third goal in the matchup as Ollie Watkins finally got himself on the score sheet today. And obviously the Celtic supporters look so fumed they do, as this is considered the third goal in the match. And I think Big Ange will be very disappointed on how Celtic played so far in this match. Like the third goal Ollie Watkins scored, he scored another to make it fourth goal in the matchup for Villa, and Ollie Watkins' second goal for Aston Villa in today's match against Celtic. Despite the last two recent defeats for Aston Villa to lose to Spurs and Manchester United, they can put that behind them and still push for those European places, and to do that in a very ecstatic 4-0 victory over Celtic was massive. 2 goals from Douglas Luiz and 2 goals from Ollie Watkins, and the game ends here today as it was Celtic 0, Aston Villa 4. Not a very good start for Rangers, however, under their new manager Roy Hodgson, as he had a very bad start to his managerial career for Rangers, as Spurs got themselves an early lead in the matchup, as McGregor fair played to him to try and keep the ball out of danger, but then obviously Kulusevski plunged it in to make it 1-0 to Tottenham. And then, however, Spurs made it 2-0, a great goal right there from Aspas, beats past McGregor, as in 10 minutes in the game, they're 2-0 down to Spurs. And Aspas makes it second for Tottenham. But then Rangers tried as Kamara had a shot but saved there from the keeper. Then a great ball right there all the way there to Aspas. 1v1 to McGregor. Had a strike, beast pass in the top right corner, and Tottenham have made it 3. And I thought Roy Hodgson would be definitely thinking the dugout for Rangers, because his first game in charge, it looks like he's going to have his first defeat under his name. However, Spurs in the second half got themselves the 4th goal, and Aspas again scores a hat-trick for Tottenham, and it's now 4-0 to Spurs in the matchup, and McGregor was absolutely appalling in the goalkeeping, as he couldn't save that one, and it's now 4-0 to Spurs. And however, Rangers try and get themselves back in the game, and they actually did by a consolation goal from Morelos, and that was Roy Hodgson's first goal in charge as manager for the club, as Morelos scored the header for Rangers to make it 4-1 to Spurs. Igor Aspas definitely won the match ball today. 3 goals, a hat-trick for him today in front of the away supporters, and all the away fans of course will be very proud leaving the stadium with the victory, while Rangers however sit back and lose another game under their new manager Roy Hodgson in charge, and things are not looking good still for Rangers as it ends here as Rangers 1, Tottenham 4. At the King Power Stadium, however, Newcastle got themselves the lead in the match. It was a great goal there from Joe Willock to make it 1-0 in the 5th minute of the match here at Leicester City Stadium. And then Leicester got themselves a goal back in the matchup to make it level. And Jamie Vardy pressed onto the Newcastle defence, 1v1 to Nick Pope, and it's now 1-1 in the game. In the first 8 minutes into the game, 2 goals scored for both sets of teams, and Jamie Vardy makes it 1-1. Then Newcastle, however, made it 2-1 in the matchup, as actually Chris Wood beats past Schmeichel, and Newcastle, the Magpies, lead the away from home now by 2-1. And a great strike right there past Schmeichel, and now it's 2-1 to the Toon. And a great cross right there from Kieran Drewsbury Hall, cross into the box. And it was a head away right there from Chris Wood, and Albright headed back into the box. Then Ndidi had a strike, beats past Nick Pope, and the ball went into the back of the net, and Leicester are back in level again here at the King Power Stadium. What a battle we have in here between the two sets of teams. And then Leicester finally got themselves in front of the matchup as Jamie Vardy makes it 3-2 Leicester. And we've never seen Leicester actually coming back and get themselves in front for the first time in the game. And it was Jamie Vardy scores his second goal for Leicester, and it's now 3-2 to Leicester City. And then Newcastle got themselves back in the matchup as Chris was 1v1 solo right there, right to Schmeichel to make it 3-3. And Newcastle are not giving up without a fight. And it's now 3-all in the matchup here at the King Power Stadium. And Alan Saint-Maximin had a shot, saved from Schmeichel, rebounded back to Wood, and he puts it in past the goal. And now Newcastle back in the lead. 5 minutes to go until injury time, and Leicester City are now 4-4 as Jamie Vardy strikes it and scores a hat-trick past Newcastle's defence and past the goalkeeper Nick Pope, and it's now 4-4. And what a contest we have in here between Newcastle and also Leicester, and Vardy strikes at home, and Jamie Vardy is definitely having a party tonight. And what a result here today, a hat-trick for Jamie Vardy here, and he scored 3 goals past Newcastle. But it's a very tight game it was, because Newcastle got themselves a point again, like last when they drew 0-0 to Brentford. Another draw again in their horizon for Newcastle, and the game ends here today as it was Leicester City 4, Newcastle United 4. We're back down here into West London here as Brentford take on Wolves, and also Dolesburg got himself in the lead for Brentford. And Brentford lead by 1-0 against Wolverhampton Wanderers in the game. And at the Brentford Community Stadium, a great ball there from Janelt there to Dolesburg. And he plunges it through past Saar, and now it's 1-0 to Brentford. And Wang Hee-Chang assisted to Dama Traoré to make Wolves back in the match and go level in the game here at the Brentford Community Stadium. A great pass from Raul Jimenez there to obviously Wang Hee-Chang, crossed it into Adama Traoré. He banged it through, beats past David Raya, and it's now 1-1 in the match. Then, however, Wolves got themselves 2-1 up, and it's a goal there from Wang Hee-Chang to score the second goal in the matchup, as Brentford were leading the match, and now Wolves scored 2 goals before half-time, and the Korean forward makes it 2 for Wolverhampton Wanderers. A delightful 3 points for Bruno Lage's Wolverhampton Wanderers as he won here today by 2-1 against Brentford. And also a good side obviously Wolves been today as Wang Hee-Chang, Adama Traoré was all on the score sheet today as Wolves got a big away victory down at West London as it ends here 2-1 to Wolves. And Manchester United, however, got themselves a poor mistake at the back. There's a handball actually from Luke Shaw, and the referee pointed the spot for a penalty. And obviously Luke Shaw's having an argument with the ref, saying that it wasn't a handball, it was a call to hand. But the referee says it's a penalty, and West Ham now got a pen at Old Trafford against Man United here. So Marko Arnautovic takes the penalty here for West Ham. And Arnautovic, what a save right there for the goalkeeper. And Navas stopped that one for going to the back of the net, and it could have been 1-0 West Ham. Then a cross came into the box from Cresswell, header, went wide. And then obviously Man United had a shot from Rashford saved. And then Isco had a chance there for a shot against Fabianski, save again there from Fabianski. A cross into the box from Bruno Fernandes, a header, another save there from Lucas Fabianski. He's made some great saves so far in this match here for West Ham United. And Manchester United trying to get themselves a goal, but denied by Fabianski. And things look sour for Manchester United, however, because West Ham got themselves in the lead at Old Trafford as Marko Arnautovic beats past Keylor Navas, and West Ham lead by 1-0 against Manchester United. And what a strike there for Marko Arnautovic, and it's now 1-0 to West Ham. However, another counter-attack from Marko Arnautovic, 1v1 to Navas, beats past Navas, and West Ham lead by 2-0 at Old Trafford. And what is going on at Manchester United's defence? And now it's 2-0 now to West Ham. But before half-time, Man United finally got themselves a goal as Harry Kane strikes past Fabianski, and that's one goal back. And maybe this could be hope for Man United to get themselves back in front, hopefully later on in the match, if they can do so. Then however, West Ham in the second half got a chance to make it 3-1, but was actually missed. But the game ended here today as Manchester United were absolutely beaten today at Old Trafford, as 2 goals from Marko Arnautovic has made West Ham's hero by the end of the game, as it ends here today at Old Trafford as Man United 1, West Ham United 2, and that's a big result it was for West Ham, as they are struggling in the relegation battle this season, and that win could be convincing for survival this season. The official results for the Premier League for Matchday 32: Everton 0, Arsenal 5, Celtic 0, Aston Villa 4, AFC Richmond 0, Liverpool 4, Chelsea 2, Manchester City 0, Leicester City 4, Newcastle United 4, Portsmouth 3, Southampton 1, Rangers 1, Tottenham Hotspur 4, Leeds United 2, Watford 4, Man United 1, West Ham 2, and Brentford 1, Wolves 2. At the top of the league, we've got a new team in the top as Liverpool overtake Man City at the top of the league with 79 points. In third place, catching up the title race also, we'll be talking about early on in the show, as it was Chelsea, our third, with 75 points. In fourth place, we have his Arsenal with 72 points. In fifth, we have his Spurs with 68. In sixth place, we have his Manchester United with 54. In seventh place, we have his Newcastle with 54. In 8th place, we have only 2 points behind from the European positions, Aston Villa with 52. And in 9th place, we have his AFC Richmond with 47. And also in 10th position, we have his Leeds with 40 points. In the bottom half of the table, we have his Celtic with 39 points. In 12th place, we have his Wolves with 36. In 13th place, we have his West Ham with 35. In 14th place, we have his Brentford with 35. In 15th place, we have his Leicester City with 33. And in 16th place, we have his Watford with 31 points. And in 17th position, outside of the relegation zone, with 5 points clear from Everton, is Rangers with 29 points. And Everton is a lot of worrying times for them, of course. They could be out of the top division, maybe, if results don't go their way in the next 6 games from now, as they could be heading down to the Championship. And in 19th place, we have his obviously Southampton with 22 points. And also last place with his Portsmouth with 18 points. And then in our next matchup, we've got quarter-final action as the FA Cup returns on Saturday, the 4th of November, as Liverpool take on Aston Villa, Manchester United versus Everton, Man City versus Arsenal, and Chelsea versus Leeds. And that's all we have time for here today of all of the Premier League action for Matchday 32, and we'll see you in November as we are nearly now at the end of the Premier League season. Only a month away left until the whole campaign finishes. And we'll see you next month. Have a good day.